All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. It is day 8 of Camp Nanowrimo. Hopefully, it's going well for everybody. Mine is a little bit slower, but that's okay. I'm still working, and that's all we can ask for. um,
I love how you said that because it was just kind of like, yeah, no.
it's going slow. It's fine.
It happens.
So I'll let Tiffany introduce herself, and then yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tiffany, Tiela Russ Lifestyle on the interwebs. And I don't know how mine's going. I mean, I've been writing, but I've been writing for other people. So maybe I should try doing that for myself now. Um, and let's see. Yeah, that's all I got this morning.
Are you almost done with the ghostwriting?
I finished the one that I had to turn in, but I still have two. They're short stories, and so I still have two more in this series that I have to do. But I'm taking a bit of a break because my family's in town
Mm-hmm.
until tomorrow, so my bit of a break is really almost over. Um, and then I probably will start again on Sunday.
Okay, well that's
But the
good.
great thing is that I do know the start of this one and I know the end of this one that I'm getting ready to write. So in theory, if I start it where I want to start it, it should end where I want it to end, and the middle should just work itself out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well that's good. Hopefully you get. Hopefully everything goes well with that. I'm still outlining. I wanted to be into like drafting, but I'm still outlining. Um,
Didn't you say you were taking the first like week or so to outline, and then you were gonna write after that?
yeah, I wanted to just do the first week, so
Okay.
like first 7 days of outlining. Um, but it's gonna take me a little bit longer. So I mean that's fine. I'm not gonna stress about it, but yeah. So I'm just trying to get the story worked out and stuff. And I got some notes on like the ending of my book of book 2.
Okay.
So I have to change some stuff in there to make sense in book 3. So
That makes sense.
yeah. Let's see. Laura was here this morning. Hello. It says, JK, we all know writers aren't humans, it's just good at pretending.
We're fun.
Cool Gamers here. Hello. All right. So, yeah, if you're watching, let us know what you're working on today. Annie's here. Hello. Mm-hmm.
I'm actually proud. The first sprint today, I'm not working on being awake. I feel like every time I jump on your sprints in the morning, that's you're like, let us know what you're working on. And the first sprint, I'm like, I'm working on being awake.
And I also have to finish because I have to send my critique partner the last like 2 chapters of book 2.
Mm.
So I need to do that because I have to send them over to her. So I should probably do that first before I start outlining. Um, so yeah, I might do that to start today.
Okay.
Yeah, right at the moment, I'm currently working from home, so I'll be working during sprints. Yeah, I gotta work later today. Boo. Day jobs.
I have to download some pictures and start looking through them.
Mm. Did you do? Did you have the shoot at the daycare?
I did. And I had, oh my gosh, I had this one little girl, I don't even, maybe two and a half, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
And just cute as a button. set her down in front of this little blown up Easter bunny and all the Easter eggs and everything around her, and she's just looking at me like today is not the day. And the teacher is standing behind me and she's like, "Smile, come on. You know you have such a pretty smile. We love to see your smile." I'm like playing all kind of games with bunnies and everything else, and she's just like, and finally the teacher asked her like, "Are you gonna smile?" And she looked right at me and went, and I was like, "Okay." So yeah.
Children are funny.
I know. But I have to go back on Monday because one of the kids wasn't able to be there, and so it's kinda like a reshoot, if you will.
Hmm.
So I might see if she's in a better mood on Monday. I mean, she may not have the cute little outfit, but,
Yeah.
we might see if she's in a smiling kind of situation. It's later in the day, maybe she'll have had a nap, I don't know.
Okay, well, let's us get started with our first sprint. Get some work done.
Hmm.
Okay, so 20 minutes on the clock, and then we will come back and chat again. Okay, happy sprinting. right, we are back. Let's see. How did that sprint go for you?
I did not get all the things that I wanted to get done. I so one of my goals for April is to write 8 flash fictions, and so I was going to take each sprint and work on like a flash fiction.
Mhm.
And I ended up going and warming up my tea, and then I set up the flash like the Google Docs to
Mhm.
write them, and then I foolishly went to go grab something out of my purse and realized that I lost the one receipt that I paid cash for. So
Oh,
so I started digging through all of my receipts trying to find like this poor one receipt.
oh,
So yeah. It was an interesting spread.
oh,
So if you see me looking down, I'm still going through receipts.
okay.
How about you?
I got through a chapter, reading a chapter. Um, I don't know. I fall apart at endings, and I'm not liking this at all. But I'm just gonna send it to her
I'm
because
always,
yeah.
we've talked about this. I'm great until I have to execute the plan because I never actually know what the plan is. So as long as I don't have to execute a plan, I'm good.
And
But
I don't know
unfortunately, yeah.
why. I mean, like I have everything figured out. Um, but I think mainly it's because I'm thinking about all the revisions that I haven't done yet that
Mm,
I am planning on doing. So like this ending doesn't seem to connect with, I mean, it doesn't connect because it's still kind of following the old storyline a little bit.
okay.
So I don't know.
All right, I got you.
It's frustrating. I think my computer's frozen. Why are you frozen? Oh
Oh
gosh.
no.
I'm clicking on things and things aren't happening.
Oh, because I'm like, I see you. You look fine.
Yeah, just like all the things on my screen are not,
Oh, okay.
they're not cooperating. Okay, well, I don't know if there's comments because I can't click on anything.
I don't see the comments, but I do have a
Okay.
phone up. So let's see. Let's see. Where'd you stop? I see Estelle came in.
Mm-hmm.
And you said hello to her, and you're hoping that she's doing well. And Shay came in. Hey, Shay. And we both said hello to her, and that's all the comments that I see.
Okay.
So,
Because I'm not missing anything. Oh, it's working now. Okay, thank you,
okay.
computer. Maybe I have too many things open. Probably.
Oh, that's the story of pretty much everything with me and computers is that I have too many tabs open. Easily.
Not working. I think Microsoft Word is doing something weird. Because every time I click on it, it's not working. Okay. Anyway.
Still debating getting Microsoft Word.
I'm good. Sorry I was deep in this new audiobook. I'm 3 chapters in. What are you reading?
Mhm.
I'd love to know. I'm I'm reading this book and it's really cute.
My life is, wait a minute, no. Yeah, as an ice cream sandwich. Okay.
Yeah.
I love
It's
a
a,
good ice cream sandwich, so.
yeah, it's about a little black girl who goes to stay with her dad in Harlem for the summer because her I still don't know what's going on with her grandpa, but something's going on with her grandpa, and her mom sent her to stay with her dad because of some shady stuff her grandpa was doing. So um, she loves space, and she talks about like everything she talks about in the framework of space. So she pretends like she's a space cadet, and then all of the kids in the neighborhood are like these evil minions who don't like her because she's always talking about space, and they think she's weird, and they call her all kinds of names because she's say like, oh, she's blacker than space, that's why she likes space. I was like, what? Your kids are rude. But it's a really cute book.
I am currently reading, so I'm one of the few people apparently in the whole entire world who read the Bridgerton series, loved all the books, and
Mhm.
cannot stand the actual like TV show that they're putting together. So I
Oh,
foolishly watched parts of season 2, which just irritated me so bad. And I was like, I don't like you. I still don't like you. And so now I'm going back and I'm reading my favorites of the books.
I
Mhm.
haven't read anything or watched the series yet. But we're doing
Uh,
that for scripting the book, so I have to read it by the 24th.
I think because I went on Twitter and finally I was just like, I have to vent my frustration because what is happening? And I think the best thing I read was somebody tweeted out, they're like, so at this point, Bridgerton is just basically fan fiction, right? And I was like, yeah, I feel better now. Yes, you understand me. Uh, but
Good.
yeah,
I'm good. It's going okay.
yeah.
Reading The Lost Ones by
Oh,
Chanel Kamal for the Crime Readers of Color Book Club. Hmm.
okay. So I'm guessing it's a mystery or a crime mystery.
Hmm. I know it's a book with that poor girl. Yeah. I mean,
Kids can be cruel.
yeah. And she's trying to be a part of this like group of girls who call themselves the Nine Flavas. And they're like, you ain't got no flavor, girl, because you only talk about space. And I'm like, why are y'all being so mean to her?
Oh, I love the name, the nine flavors.
There's like, I'm mint chocolate chip Monique. And I was like, girl, that's not a cool name.
You know, when I was in college, one of my bestest friends, she had this thing about nicknames. We had so many different nicknames, like I can't even keep track. Great thing is that I have like passwords for days because nobody ever would know these nicknames. But one day she decided that we need to have a dip name. So everybody had to have like something that would be like a dip that you would dip like ice cream or your food into. So there was like chocolate and caramel and sprinkles. And one girl was butter because she was like, butter makes everything better. So, but butterscotch. Um, I don't even remember all of it. It was so weird. So I feel like we could have been the nine flavors.
Mm, I think it's, um, well, yeah, they are, yeah, more colorist because they're also black too.
Mm.
But I guess you
Unfortunately, that's a
go
thing though
make
with
it
us.
so. Yeah, the colorism.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then because she's country and they're in the city.
Well, that's silly.
Yeah, it is. I'm like these kids. I don't like any of them. But the
Well, it's
little
probably
girl,
supposed to be the point.
yeah, that's the point. But the little girl, I love her. She's awesome.
Well, as someone who used to love well, still love space. I think I'd probably like her too. Ooh,
Oh, 8 of them.
nice.
I want to
They
hear.
would probably all freak me out.
I heard 2 of them, so I want to hear the other ones.
I almost dread admitting this. I'm not gonna say I looked under my bed after our live stream with Laura, and she read her story, but I did kind of hop into my bed, so if something was offended, it would reach out and get me.
It's funny.
Might have prayed over the bed. Yeah, I'm such a baby. I always feel like I should be better, but then I'm like, oh well.
Oh, she's put one in the chat. StreamYard
Ooh.
hasn't caught up yet. Okay. Someone is living inside my mirror. They have studied me intently my entire life. They know how I move, my mannerism and quirks. They even breathe in time with me. However, I know that's not my reflection. Reflections ripple along surfaces, an imitation of life, not imbued with life itself. What it gets up to while I'm sleeping, I'll never know. Cameras fritz and computers die when pointed at my mirrors, just the ones inside my home, the ones she inhabits. She keeps looking at me with such disappointment, grief, loathing, fury. Her screams release as her shards go flying. Ooh, I like that one.
As someone who's sitting by a mirror, thank you.
You're like,
Like, I'm not even gonna look this direction. I'm just not. It's good though. I like it.
yes, I like that one. I've been wanting to write a story with mirrors. I have one somewhere in my deep pile of story ideas.
I don't think I've written anything with mirrors, but the last one that I just gave to the guy, there's a part where one of the characters, she's kind of losing herself, if you will,
Mhm,
and she's in the bathroom and she had covered the mirror with a towel because she didn't want to see herself
mhm,
because she's like she doesn't know who she is anymore. And so she ends up taking down, like after she took a shower, she takes the towel down and there's a line in there where she's saying something about how uh because of course she's a vampire, so they don't, change.
mhm,
But she's like the reflection um of who I used to be st- uh stands there mock or looks it back at me mocking me,
mhm,
as the steam distorts the view, the only changes that could be seen aren't seen or something like that. And
mhm,
so like that, I thought that was kind of a cool idea for a mirror, is that she's not changing, but because of the steam and the fog, how it kind of distorts the picture, and so that was the only change she could see. So that's probably about the closest that I've gotten to something with mirrors.
I wanted to write. I don't know if people were traveling through the mirrors or I don't know, something with mirrors. I can't remember. Laura says, "Oh no, cover that mirror."
um,
No, thank you.
you could maybe you could maybe do, I mean, not completely ripping this off, or I guess you could do a remake of it, but something like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, but instead of the
Mhm.
wardrobe, it's through the mirrors
Yeah,
kind of conversation. So
I think I got this idea or that idea from Rugrats actually, when Tommy and Chucky went into Mirrorland and they thought their reflection there was a whole world behind their reflections and they tried to run through the mirror. I think that's
Mm.
where I got the idea from. But yeah.
It could. I had this idea one time. It's not quite a mirror, but okay, so fun fact, my father has a whole room that is a Christmas village. It stays up all year long. It's got, I don't know, like 100 plus houses in it, like streets, there's people. He has whole histories. Like it could be his own book um, that he writes. And so I had this idea that the doorway somehow sucked him into the village one time.
Oh, that's a cool
And it
story.
it was gonna be probably about the closest to a horror that I ever wrote because when he got sucked in, the people inside the village hated him because he never let them celebrate any other holiday other than Christmas.
That sounds great. Did
And
you
so
write it?
they were like hunting him and trying to like kill him before he could get back to the doorway to get out.
No.
So yeah, that's why I said that's probably about the closest to a horror that I've ever thought of. But that was probably the only, I guess, sucking into a mirror or doorway that I've ever thought of.
That sounds good.
Actually, it was hilarious because I think I had this idea, and I want to say 3 days later, I was walking through the house, and he was in the room, but just his legs were sticking out of the door. And I was
You're
like,
like, "Oh, no." It happened.
it was great. I was like, Dad, Dad. Then
Yeah,
around the
you gotta
corner, he's
write
like,
that.
"What are
You
you
have to
talking
write
about?"
it.
I was like, "Never mind, that was just me."
Oh, Laura shared another one.
Ooh.
Connections. I want to be connected, share my life with my brothers and sisters, webs of tendrils between us, pumping our life forces around and around, mixing our very beings. Our thoughts, our dreams, our wishes. To be one is to be selfish, proud, dead. Together we can extend our reaches, bringing others into the network, our loving fold. Let our thoughts grow together, homogenized, living. Those who oppose us are afraid, and knowing of the joys of losing oneself to the service of others, the common good. We consume the opposition, letting them feed our roots, assimilating them. We are mycelium. I don't know what mycelium are,
I don't either, but
but
that one isn't as scary.
I like the premise. I like the story though, like of connecting. Like,
Mhm.
yeah,
Kinda reminded me of the Borg.
of what?
The Borg from, Star Trek.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because that's their thing, their, resistance is futile, and everybody will be assimilated
Oh,
into one collective brain, so it kinda reminded me of that.
okay.
Yeah.
Eva's
Hmm.
here.
How's the house coming?
I think she's talking about the Christmas premise. You should write that.
Oh.
And Devin, hello. Mycelium are the root networks of mushroom and fungi. Oh,
Oh, that's what killed me.
you allergic to mushrooms?
Uh-huh.
I don't like mushrooms. Well, I just think mushrooms look weird, so I don't want to eat them.
I didn't know what they were, so I guess the first time somebody like they made like spaghetti or something because I love spaghetti. I would assume I don't remember because I was like really young, but
Mm.
apparently they gave us some and I ate it, and then I think I started breaking out or something like that. My mom was like, "What's wrong?" And so she took me to the doctor because I was all weird looking,
Mm.
and they did a test, and it was that I was allergic to mushrooms. I don't even remember if I like the taste or anything, so I have no idea because I've just never had them since.
finishing up today, which probably isn't true, but that's my aim. We sat down for a breather. Nice. I hope you get it finished. Because I mean, I hate moving. I hate unpacking. I hate packing. So I feel for you.
But yeah, I think that that's kind of how moving goes. Is like you're like, oh, I'm gonna finish today, and then you don't, and then you like do different stuff as things happen. All of a sudden, you look up and you're like, oh, it's done.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get started with the second sprint. 20 minutes on the clock as usual, and then we will come back and chat again. Happy sprinting. All right. I got into the story and the timer scared
Awesome.
me.
I one of the prompts that I was working or that I came up with uh is off that song The Killers, I think it is. The thing about it was only a kiss, it started out as a kiss. How did
Mhm.
it end up like? So I had that in my head, and then the timer kind of jumped into that. So people saw me shaking my head. That was kind of what I was doing in my head.
So yeah, I'm at the second to last chapter.
Oh, cool.
It's a good chapter, but I still don't feel like it fits in. But I'm just gonna send it to Shannon, and then she can let me know what's wrong with it.
Um,
Yeah, so that's what I got done. Hello, Kristen. I forget what day. I think Saturday. Kristen will be on with
oh, fun.
me. I think it's Saturday. So yeah.
You know that's tomorrow, right?
Oh, it is. Oh my god.
I
Is
feel
that
you.
tomorrow? Oh my goodness.
Days are just kind of blending right now.
Yeah. What is time? Is it tomorrow? Hold on.
Yeah, still Saturday.
Yeah, yep, tomorrow. Okay, yeah. Well, then she'll be on tomorrow.
Um,
Because I was picturing the calendar in my head, but we're already on the second week of, yeah. Okay.
I'm not counting this as the second week. Well, it was only like 3 days in that
Well,
first one. I refuse.
on the calendar.
I refuse. That makes April feel like it's going too fast.
So, what did everyone else get done during that sprint? Anything?
I got my first somewhat flash done. I don't know if I love it, but um y'all got in my head because the first line, hold on, I have to try to remember because I was like, oh, they're so in my head. But it's like the reflection in the mirror staring back at me wasn't mine.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, the mirrors. This whole conversation.
I mean, that is such a good story. There's so much, I feel like there's so many ways you can go with the reflection in the mirror is not yours. That should be a prompt.
Well, mine, it was it was based off the song that started out with the kiss. I didn't end up like this. And I think I actually used that line somewhere in there. I was like, it was one simple kiss. It had only been a kiss. How did it end up like this?
Mhm.
Um, but it's a little bit Regency era where they got caught in a kiss and now that she's like a bride. But it's also based off this idea I was telling Barrett that I had of this woman who's somewhat of a thief. And so she's in hiding. And so that's what she's talking about. She's like, I can't do this because he'll find out my secret. And she's like, but I have to figure out some way to do it without causing harm to my family and
Mm.
destroying their reputation. So I merged like two story ideas that I have, but I'm not sure if I love it. I may have to go back and kind of tweak it a little bit.
I mean, I forget what day it is every day. Is it I don't know.
It's 1999. We're gonna party. I know. It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. I'm telling you, it's still stuck in my head.
Mm. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say at this moment.
You're doing great. We're doing great this morning, guys.
It's fine. Everything's great. Yeah, I don't know. Progress, I feel like, is a little slow this morning. I don't feel like I'm focused.
I'm moderately focused. I don't know. But not fully. Completely.
Yeah. I know it's like almost 10 o'clock, but I feel like I have not fully woken up.
I can get
Almost.
that.
Like my brain is not caught up with what's going on.
I think the only reason I'm moderately focused is because I knew that the prompt idea was my goal for this one, and so I looked them up last night so that I would have some ideas of what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just tired.
I could get that. And it's Friday. I
Yeah.
don't know about you, but it's like overcast and kind of looks
Mhm.
like it's gonna rain where we're at.
Yeah, it was like I think it's cold enough it was like frost. It was like snow, a little bit icing earlier this
Mm,
morning. So it's colder than normal. I think it's like 30 something.
I
So
don't
it's
know.
dreary,
I think I
cold.
woke up this morning and I was like, they're really like we're just gonna take that April showers bring me flowers thing to heart.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 37.
Oh,
So
so are we.
it's cold.
So I guess the whole state is the same temperature this time
Yeah.
then. So I don't think we normally are, but okay. Oh, that might be why my because my family was originally gonna leave today and then they changed their mind, they're leaving tomorrow. But I was looking at the forecast outline, I guess.
Mhm.
And today it's supposed to be there's a 70% chance of rain, but tomorrow it's supposed to be sunny. And I know my aunt hates driving in the rain or
Me too.
any inclement weather. So that could be why they changed their mind. And now they're leaving tomorrow.
60, 70, 60, then back down to 50s. Eesh, weather.
I know. I always feel like I want to live someplace where like it's just like a 10 to 20 degree fluctuation maybe. But then
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like I would get bored because I'd be like, it's all the same.
Yeah. On the one hand, I'm like, I want all of the seasons. And then the other
Yeah.
hand, I don't want all the seasons in the same week because that's what I feel like we get. Like, it feels like winter, and then it's gonna be 77 degrees in 2 days.
I know.
So, that's the part I don't like.
Yeah, I could get that. Because I agree. I want all the seasons. But in all fairness, I do want all the seasons, just I want them warm. I haven't figured out how to make snow and warm, but
Yeah.
like I want to still be able to wear the same outfit and
Mhm.
not have to worry about like my ideal weather temperature is like fall,
Yeah.
but at this and I would say spring, but it's just a little too rainy for me. So I would like fall weather, but I still want like, winter time and spring and then summer. I just want it all fall weather. So I'm figuring out how that works.
Yeah. Okay, let's do another sprint. Let's be productive. Maybe.
Sounds like a plan.
We'll
Oh
try.
my gosh. Can I just tell you the other day I was working and I was out in some space and I think it was your stream that I had on. And my father, like you were on the 20-minute sprint, and he's like, y'all sure take a lot of breaks. And I was like, the 20 minutes isn't
No,
the
those
break. I was like, that's when you're supposed to be working. And he's like, oh, it just seems like you're just always on a break. I'm like, okay.
That's when my brother says something similar. I was like, "What do you guys do? You just sit there for 20 minutes and do nothing? And I was like, no, that's when we're working. We're not just sitting there staring at the screen.
Yeah.
He still didn't get it.
And he calls it whenever I do this, he's like, "You're watching those counting videos?" Like, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Those counting videos. All right. Well, let's count. No, I'm just kidding. It's all counts to your 20 minutes. So happy sprinting, everybody. Let's get something done. All right. We're done with the third sprint. And let's see, what did I get done? Up to the last chapter now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so almost done editing it, and then I'm going to send it to Shannon.
Nice.
Yeah. What'd you get done?
It just occurred to me that I am writing this stuff, and normally we do word counts, and I didn't mention word counts. I was just like, oh, I got it done. um, I did. I have about 500 words written.
Nice.
I didn't get this one finished, so I might work on it a little bit more. But I think I like this one better.
Good.
So that makes me happy. But yeah.
Nice. See, Mia showed up during the sprint. Hello. And Shannon is here. Computer's already frozen me once this morning. Wanted to jump over here and say hello and make friends with the like button. Thank you.
Shannon's always great for the like button.
Mm-hmm. Pizza is in the oven for lunch.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I need to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yes, pizza does sound good. Yeah, so let us know in the comments what else you got done during that sprint. Shannon says he had new chapters and the end of the story. Yes, I'm still not liking it, but it's fine. It's an end. It's an end. And I think it sets up the next book well-ish. So yeah. It ended up being a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be, actually.
The whole book or just the ending?
The ending. Like I deleted a lot because I felt like it was repeating the same thing. Since I have 2 point of views,
Okay.
I didn't need both of their point of views at the end because they were like fighting each other. So I
Gotcha.
didn't think I needed both of them. So I cut out a bit. So
I can understand that.
yeah, when I outlined it, I had, because I've been using Save the Cat, so I had the 5-part finale that they talk about in the book.
I haven't
But
read Save the Cat.
oh, but I
It's
had
on
it.
my list.
I had it for each character, so that was like 10 scenes, but I don't think I needed that many.
Okay.
So for the 5-part finale, it's like executing the plan, or like gathering the team, executing the plan. I think the third one is High Tower surprise. So something happens that sets the plan off. And then dig down deep. So you got to find a new plan. And then part 5 was executing the new plan, according to the Save the Cat. So I was
Oh,
trying
that'd
to
be
do
so
that.
messed up. I have a hard enough time with one plan. You gotta come up with 2?
Exactly. I'm like, okay, so what's going to go wrong in the first plan? I don't know.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's an end. It's an end. I feel like that's how all of my endings are,
I
though.
thought you did the
If you read
snowflake.
any book, huh?
I thought you did the snowflake, though.
I do both. I do a lot of different things. I usually blend them all together.
Nice.
So I use Snowflake. Um, I don't know if she invented it, but what's her name? Blanking on her name. She's a booktuber. Cat, I think is her name. Yes, Catty-tastic is her channel. But she does the
Oh, I know that.
3-act, 9-block, 27-chapter method. Um, so
Okay.
I use the mix of that too.
Her name's Caddy what?
Her channel is Catty-tastic. She's like one of the most popular booktubers in the history of booktube.
I do not think I spelled that right.
I think it's Catty-tastic. I think that's how you spell. I put it in the chat randomly, but in the in the comments actually.
Yeah, I got Spicy Cat. I don't even know who that is. But it looks like she's drinking a lobster.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's her.
Interesting. Well, yeah, I use that
That's
method,
weird.
but it didn't work for
Oh,
this
yeah,
book.
no, that's totally not how I spelled it.
I love the ending on my book because it was what I had envisioned. That's good.
Found her.
I never envision my endings. I think that's my problem. I plan I feel like I plan the whole book, and then the ending, I'm just like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
See, I have to know the end. Like, I can't, I think, I don't even really have to know the beginning. For me, I think before I start writing, I have to know at least what the midpoint is, or, like the dark, like what the conflict is, I guess, if
Yeah.
you will. And I have to know the end. And then after that, I'm like, I can figure everything else out.
Or maybe I don't know like how to make the ending come about. Maybe I know the ending, but like how did we get there? Like how does the ending play out? How does it all unfold? And I
See,
think
and
like
I
when
think,
it's unfolding and it unravels for me. It doesn't unfold. It unravels.
I think that's the fun for me, is because, like, it's really funny too that I say that, because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm like, nothing I've ever written has ended exactly where I've seen it when I started. But I think that's the fun for me, is because I know, like, the crazy part and the conflict, and I know the ending. And then as I write it, I feel like it's like a struggle between me and the story, because I'm like, no, this is where you're going. And the story's like, nah.
We're going.
And so, yeah, it's always fun to see how it gets there.
Yeah.
I would say the Nano project is probably the, no, I had another Nano project. Probably those two are the only two that have come pretty close, if not exactly, to the ending that I saw in my head. All the other ones, not so much.
Yeah.
And I think that's only because those two were the only ones that I knew the sequel to them.
Mm-hmm.
And so they almost had to end that way because they set up the other story.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Endings have always been hard. Endings and like resolution.
See,
Like my first
beginnings are
book,
hard for me.
um, I knew there was going to be a war, and then I could not figure out like the components of like what was going on in the war. What was the war about? I just knew there was going to be a war.
I've had that too. Yeah. Not a war, but like, something's going to happen, but you're like,
Why though?
yeah, I
Yeah,
told
but
my
I blamed
cousin that
that
one
on being
time.
young. I wrote that in 9th grade. So I didn't know anything. Usually go where I want them, just add pathways to the end. Always happens. Yeah.
I think I told my cousin one time I was writing something and I was like, this is gonna be so good because they have this plan and it's gonna be great. And he was like, what is it? I was like, I don't know, but when they tell me it's gonna be great. I was like, whenever it starts writing itself, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. So I need to get better at that.
Mhm.
Or maybe it's good. It's a great ending, and then Shannon's gonna be like, "That was the best ending ever."
I like that. Shannon just randomly is like, what are you talking about?
That
That's
was
awesome.
fantastic.
Maybe you didn't read what I read. That is
I mean,
always fun though,
that's
when
kind of how it's
someone,
been. I keep
yeah,
saying like, "This sucks, Shannon," and she's like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Are you sure?
that is
You're
always
lying to
fun.
me?"
I've had a couple of moments like that where I've written something I'm like, I don't think it comes together. And then I show it to somebody else and they're like, are you kidding? This is amazing. I'm like, really?
Like, no.
But I think it's a difference between what sometimes happens on the paper and what we have in our head.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we should do the last sprint.
I'm torn between going to get something to eat and finishing the thing that I was writing.
Mm. I'm going to use
Oh,
Colin's timer because it came up. So now I'm going to use it. All right, so last sprint of the day. So 20 minutes on the clock, and then we'll come back and chat again. Happy sprinting. Oh, there's music on this one. I'm gonna push mute.
not prepared for that.
Okay. All right, that was the end of our final sprint today. I have finished reading through these chapters. And yeah, that's what I got done.
I went and got a piece of toast, which I'm not sure if that helped my hunger or just made me more hungry. Um, and then I started looking. I want to open a different account because I have a couple of trips that I want to plan, and so I want to have an account at a different bank
Mm-hmm.
than where I normally bank, so that I'm not tempted to transfer money into my
Yeah.
regular account. Did you know you can open a bank account online?
Yeah.
Okay, well, apparently I have not been paying attention because I've had my account for like 1,000 years. Because it just popped up as like open account. I'm like, online?
Yeah.
I think when the thing went off, I was reading through the terms and of communication. I was like, oh, look at that. So yeah, apparently you can, yeah,
Yeah.
open account online.
I was gonna open a new one for like what, a business account. I can't they won't let me have like an actual business account, but I was
Mhm.
gonna open like a checking account just to put like royalty payments and stuff.
I thought about that as well when I was looking at it, that might be a good idea. Um, to put like that type of money, like whatever I'm paid. But I have kind of a system going right now where I'm doing it where it's almost divided between two accounts. So
Yeah. Yeah, I need to get better at that because like I'm making money from editing and that goes to my PayPal, and then my books go to my like normal checking account. So I need to
mm,
fix that so I can keep straight like what I'm making and stuff. But
that's
yeah.
the only thing that I mean, with this, it's not going to be like I have like, accounts all over the state. But, like I sometimes get concerned because I'm like, well, if you use this account, especially because I have like my photography stuff and then I have like my writing now. And so I'm like, do I now need two business accounts
Mm,
separately, tax wise and whatever.
yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, how many accounts can one person have? Like that just so
It's okay. You can
insane.
have 7, 8, 9 accounts.
I'm not looking to have like I don't want to have to remember which bank is where and who has what. Like that just feels like too much. It's bad enough trying to remember which receipts go to what. And
Jordan is here. And hello. Got quite a bit of morning work done. Going to take Loki out. I've got house hunting in an hour. More house hunting. Good luck with
Everybody's
all
getting
that.
houses.
Yeah, that is not in my near future.
I'm one of those weird people. I don't think I've ever wanted a house.
I want to build a house. That's what I want. Because I
I've always
want to
been
build
wanted
my
a
own secret
townhouse.
writing room. I want a library.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have
I
so
can
many
see that.
ideas.
I think the closest I've ever come is a townhouse. I've considered that, but I'd also because when I thought of it, I was like, I'd have to have enough money that I could buy it and then gut it and make it into like how you said, like the library and all the different stuff that I wanted.
Yeah, there'd be like a secret door and nobody would know about it. And they're like, "Where's Morgan? I don't know.
It's like
She's
a
in her
panic
secret
room, but
room."
not.
Yeah, there'll be a panic room for anything. Intruders, whatever.
I love it. I am, slightly obsessed with tiny homes, so I maybe would build one of those.
My sister is too. She wants a tiny home.
Yeah. My cousin's convinced that I only like tiny homes because, um, she said that I was the little kid who wanted to live in the Barbie dream house, and I'm like, "No." And first of all, do you remember the size of the Barbie dream house? Like, it's huge.
Yeah. So Eva's here. How goes the productivity? It's slow going,
Mhm.
but like Nia said, it's going. The Mr. and I were content with renting up until the kiddo joined us.
I
Yeah.
can see that.
Door to our library blends in. It looks regular, but so far everyone that has visited did realize it was more than a closet or pantry. Nice. Hope to someday make it an official hidden door.
You know, I like the idea of a hidden door, but I also am very big about, oh, what is it? It's uh, like the glass, is it the French doors?
I think.
Yeah, I kinda like those as well, so I do think they're cool.
Yeah, they are. I've never wanted a house either, which seems to open up a debate or renting versus owning whenever I mention it.
Well, see, and I wouldn't mind renting, I just don't want a house. I mean, owning, I just don't want a house, like a townhouse or like a condo or something like that. Like, I don't mind that idea. Even, in New York, like people buy apartments, but which to me just feels like you bought a condo. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, it's just, I don't know. There's something about a house. Like, I don't want the maintenance and the upkeep of it. I want something where, if something breaks, I can call somebody and be like, yo, right here, dude.
Yeah. There's a lot of responsibility with owning a house.
Yeah.
Having a house.
I don't want to fight with homeowner associations. Like at least if I have a condo and I'm in like a condo building or a condo complex or something like that, it makes sense to me that they have some type of say over what I have or what I can add or something like that. If I own a house, I'm like the only people who get a say is the bank because they hold the mortgage. I don't see why
Yeah.
you get to decide what I can do on my property.
Yeah. My in-laws own this house and they own their house that they live in.
Mm.
And my husband wants to buy a bunch of houses. I think he wants to flip houses. Um, but I don't know.
I have some
That's
family
a
who
him
used to do that.
thing. I
I
will
have
not
some
be
family
doing
that did it. They liked it.
because we renovated this house before we moved in, and that was like the worst
Mm.
experience of my life. I would never want
Oh.
to renovate a house again. At least not by myself. Like I don't want to have to do it. Like if we hire people to renovate a house, yeah. Do I want to renovate my house? No.
I don't know. But that could just be the HGTV lover in me that I'm like, ooh, renovations. But I'd probably get into it and I'd be like, ew,
But like
renovations.
actually doing it with my own hands, I don't want to. I just want to think it up and have somebody else do it. Grew up without roots, owning land in a home now. Yeah, I agree with that. I lived in apartments my whole life in childhood, so
See, maybe it was because
that's
I
kinda why I
did.
want a house
We
too.
always had a house. My father's huge on his house. He's
Mm,
huge on his lawn. His lawn is like everything.
yeah, so I know what that's like. Apartments, I hate apartments.
Hmm.
Yeah, full of corporations and investors buying up homes to rent them out. Yeah,
Hmm. I think Barrett was talking about that someone bought a house and then it was like a corporation and it was back on the market for like way more than what it was supposed or what it had gone for like a few
Mhm.
days before when he was looking at it.
Mm. We flipped one. It was great. We lived in it though. Yeah.
And see, I don't know if I'd want to live in a house while doing construction because I've heard that that's really insane.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't live here when we were doing it. We did it like right before we got married. I think that was the thing because I was planning the wedding and also renovating a house. I was stressed to
Oh,
the max. And I was like,
yeah.
this is awful.
I
Never
could see that.
again.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, that's like two of the most stressful things in the world.
I'm trying to fit into a dress because I got too fat for my dress and I had to lose weight. It was an awful time.
Oh.
Houses are too expensive. You can't flip houses, Devin? What do you
What's
mean?
wrong with you?
HGTV.
I know. I haven't been as much recently, but I haven't been watching HGTV, but I have been watching more people. Like there's this couple in France that bought this huge house and they're renovating it and turning it into like a hotel. And
Mhm.
it's just fabulous to watch. And then there's another couple that bought land up in Utah mountains and they're building their own tiny house. And so I think I've been more into them now.
Mm. Yeah. I don't watch too much HGTV. My daughter lost her last bid to a cash offer.
Mm. Yeah, where are these people getting all this cash for? I've heard
Cash?
that a number of times that there's been people who are losing out to cash offers. Like, good gracious. Oh, that
Devin,
doesn't sound
I
good.
don't know if you're serious.
I know.
You're actually trapped inside.
You know, when I lived in Colorado and the hockey team won one of the Stanley Cups, we were out at a game. We weren't at their game, but we ran into these guys who were drunk and they were like telling me and my friend, they're like, come on, we're gonna go flip cars because we won. You gotta come flip cars with us. And we were just like, no. Mm-mm.
Wasn't about okay. The house was fully livable. We did 2
Okay.
additions. Okay. And made a huge profit. Nice. The place has builder grade finishes from 1981. Still lots to renovate, but my eyes are on the driveway and the deck first. That's what we're doing this summer. We're doing the deck and the fence.
We did our driveway a while ago, although it looks like it could use another repaving now. Um, but I think the deck could use a little something. But we go back and forth. I think it could use something. My father's like, it needs landscaping, but then he doesn't want to landscape.
And Devin says serious. Oh,
Oh,
that's awful.
yeah,
Well, I'm sorry.
I know. I'm not claustrophobic, but that would probably make me claustrophobic to be stuck in something that small.
I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah. Oh,
And
then it really would get
I hate
you.
driving. So I already don't like driving. So
Yeah.
that would yeah, I wouldn't drive either.
Mm-mm. I have a friend who was in an accident. She doesn't drive anymore. I don't know if she was trapped. She never talks about it, but she doesn't drive anymore because of it either.
Mm. This looks about 40 years older than it is due to the wilderness that is our backyard. There aren't stairs off of it. Big dreams include multi-level deck with stairs and outdoor lift. Ooh,
Ooh.
that's terrifying.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I agree. We're glad you got out.
Hmm.
I think all car accidents are just like,
Yeah, makes driving that much more scarier.
mm,
Yeah.
you know, I feel like my mother used to have this prayer all the time when she got in the car, and she'd be like, "Lord, I trust you, but it's these other people on the street that got me doubting things." And I feel the same way. Like I don't think I'm a paranoid driver, but I think for me, accidents, I am a little nervous about other people's driving
Mm.
in the sense of accidents, and it does make me somewhat like, mm.
I don't trust myself driving because I'm just generally a distractible person,
Oh,
and yeah, and then I have driving somehow. Don't know where this came from, but I have driving anxiety, so I'll get panic attacks when I drive. So I
oh
try
yeah.
not to drive if I can help it.
The only I don't it's not really a panic attack because 'cause I've had panic attacks, but I do get really nervous, if there are, like, like the big trucks, like the 18-wheelers or something like that, like, right next to me, and that comes from I was actually almost sideswiped by one, when I was driving I used to live in Michigan, and I come down here to visit, and it rained the whole 6 hours that I drove home, so my nerves were already, like, kinda shot, and
Yeah.
we were in Indiana, and we went around this curb, and it was dark, and, like, by the time we straightened up, this, like, 18-wheeler was almost, like, about this close to my car, and I was just like, "Ah!" And so now it just freaks me out, especially if I'm on a small highway with the 18 wheel, I just, or if they're on both sides of me, ooh. So, yeah, I
No,
can't do the big trucks.
no, no, no. Yeah, that's a hard fear to overcome, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not fearful of driving, and, I mean, I've never been in, thank God, one of those type of accidents, but I would actually love to live in a city where you didn't have to drive.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know?
I'm gonna put that on my list of requirements for if I move somewhere. Can I walk there? Can I walk to places and be fine?
There's a town in Michigan, they actually have no cars. Like, if
Mm,
you go visit, you can't even bring your car. There's, like, a park place, and then you, like, ferry over.
mm.
And, yeah, they have no car. Everybody bikes or walks everywhere in the city.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah. I don't remember if they have public transportation because everybody was just talking about how everyone bikes or walks, but yeah. I mean, it's a small town. But yeah.
Mm. Well, everybody, that was our last sprint. So, yeah, what time am I on tomorrow? 8 o'clock, I think. Let me check. Pretty sure it's 8. Yeah, because I got work at 11. So, yes, 8 o'clock tomorrow.
I'll be here at 9.
So,
Maybe 10. Uh,
yeah, thank
oh,
you.
no, that's why I didn't sign up I have an appointment tomorrow morning. Never mind.
Oh,
I just remembered that when I said 10, I was like, "Oh, no, I'll have to be up before that." Yeah, no. Darn it. Every morning I've thought I could sleep in this week, I have not been able to. Like, it's like all of a sudden I'm remembering like, "Oh, no, I have something."
yeah, I would make it.
Mm. Chicago to Illinois. Yeah, I can see that. That's where my family's headed back tomorrow. They're driving here to Colorado, so they're doing the opposite.
Mm. I'll be here if I wake up because your 9 is even earlier for me. Oh.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you all for hanging out with us today. I'll let Tiffany do an outro and then I will say goodbye.
Okay. Again, I'm Tiffany on the interwebs, or TLR Russ on the lifestyle. What am I? I'm TLR Russ lifestyle on the interwebs.
Mm-hmm.
I did that really great when I was half asleep, and now that I'm awake, I can't say it. I have a podcast that is starting on next Tuesday. It's launching, but I do have a couple of episodes up if anybody would like to listen. It's a link in on my Instagram page, and I will be hanging out for the rest of the month, possibly with Lauren or a couple other different people. Why do I keep wanting to call you Lauren? You're Morgan. With Morgan over here. Again, I was so much better when I was half asleep. So I'm gonna go. Okay, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Yeah, thank you for being here.
I do have some sprints coming up in the next couple of weeks, though, on my channel.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's
Maybe with Lauren. I don't know.
Okay, so thank you all for hanging out today. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Have a great day, everybody. Get done what you need to get done